Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy, ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy, ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Tonight, Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la.
Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. Internazionale! They are out. They just lost against Fluminense, which I will not lie, makes me extremely happy. Extremely happy. Because whatever happens tomorrow, at least, we are not the only Italian team to go home. Internazionale! Good. No, Internazionale, Inter just lost 2-0 against Fluminense. They are out of the competition, which is good. They had a few posts, a few things, but honestly, Fluminense, they didn't deserve to lose. They actually did well, and they, according to me, they deserve to go through, and not Inter in a competition that will not see Inter winning it, which means that they lost the Supercoppa, that a lot of people forget: Supercoppa, Coppa Italia, Scudetto, Champions League, and now the fifth trophy. It's a lot. It's really a lot. It's really a lot for a team that said a few weeks ago, a few months ago, we are unplayable. Nobody can play against us. Just to be sure, here we go with the final result that has been communicated. 5, you know, it's a magic number. 5 is a magic number. With the result that you can see here on the screen, communicated by Inter a few minutes ago. Fluminense 2, Inter 0. In Charlotte, in the stadium that was not full. Hope you're all doing well. It's my first live since I'm back in Belgium, back from USA, from 14 days in USA, following Juventus as close as possible. Actually, it would have been extremely difficult to be closer to that I was, because I was in contact with the players, with the staff, with the fans. It was really beautiful. So in 40, not even in 39 minutes, the official Mercato will start, the Mercato of the summer, where Juventus will be obliged to do so, because, to be honest, we need it. We are absolutely not ready to start the competitions. That is the competition of Serie A, the competition of Coppa Italia, Champions League. In all the competition that we will play, we are not ready. We need some insertment. Some players needs to leave, and the Mercato will start immediately. The first Mercato that will be signed by Comolli, waiting for a sporting director that at the moment has not been nominated. So we'll speak about Mercato, about the names, about whatever question you have. But first, let me start also after a bit of banter with Inter. I don't even want to speak too much about it. But about the game of Real Madrid-Juve that we will play tomorrow. It could also be potentially the last game of Juve. A lot of people are scared to, again, relive what we lived against Manchester City. So we'll speak about we'll speak about Real Madrid against Juve in a second. But first of all, I really wanted to say thank you. Thank you to all of you, but really all of you, also the people that will watch it in replay. Because to be honest, I never expected that much love in USA, that much loyalty for the people that were not there, that were continuing to support the channel, to watch the channel through the shorts, where I pushed on a bit during these days, but also the videos that I posted in the middle of the night or the middle of the day. It was difficult for me to post and to keep up with the schedule. I did like 2 lives really fast in the hotel when I had a good connection. But really, thank you. Thank you. Let's maybe start with it so that people are entering, so that when we are going peak towards the Mercato in 30 minutes more or less, we can speak really focused about Mercato without being interrupted. So please tell me what you thought about these 2 weeks with Beppe going away, not being here. I see people that are saying, Beppe, you smashed it. Let me know what you want. The questions about my journey there. I'm open to answer all questions because I didn't do it yet. I'm starting to work also to prepare a vlog of what I did. Trying to do the best I could, because I will already anticipate you. I couldn't record all what I wanted to record because I was really working for Juve, which is totally different than just being an influencer or a content creator with a team that is going there with camera to help you. It was absolutely not that what I was doing there. But people are saying you are tent, Beppe. You took a bit of colors. Yeah, because it was warm. It was warm there. It was good. Look, we were a bit lucky in the stadiums. It could have been much worse in Orlando. We were all expecting much worse, but at the end it was quite okay. Also there it was okay. No, we never suffered. Florida makes you 10. Florida, Philadelphia as well. Abai, look. The first one I really want to thank here in the chat is Abai, that is following the channel, I believe, since the beginning. Really, since 5 years, easily since 5 years. And Abai, that I was able to meet real life, him and his family. Beautiful kids, fantastic, beautiful and kind wife. We met, and it was, look, honestly, it was the best thing that could happen to me. Meeting Abai, meeting Nino, meeting Martina and Jose, meeting Marcella, meeting Andrea, stay Halma, meeting so many people. I'm scared that I forget some names, but I met so many Juventini of the world that are here, subscribers of the channel. I knew up front that I would have some people that would come and ask for a selfie or just a small talk, but I was absolutely not expecting that much, really. If I have one thing that I really want to keep with me, that I don't want to forget, is meeting Anthony Schifano, that I told you I would have forgot some name, but I have the pictures today. I watched them again. So I introduced all of you to my wife that watched the pictures yesterday and 2 days ago. But if there is one thing that I really want to keep is the, according to me, probably the excessive love that I received, probably not deserved that much, but Philadelphia, Washington, Orlando were crazy with people that came to me. I had no time to drink some water, because if I wanted to go to the bar after, between two, if I wanted a small break to go to the bar, people coming to me, people were trying to hug me, to say thank you. That's the most beautiful part. More than meeting the players, more than attending the 3 games, more than being VIP at the games, more than being next to Chiellini, next to Trezeguet, sharing a taxi with Trezeguet, more than working for Juve. I mean, this was, according to me, the biggest part, the most beautiful part. I grew up, I believe, as a content creator. I grew up as a professional. I grew up as a human being. But you gave me a boost, guys, that is unpayable. These last few days I was extremely tired. I have to admit that. After coming back, because it was something where I didn't sleep a lot. So I was really tired, but it gave me a boost to do even much more. The lesson that I learned is it's not just virtual, it's not just casual, it's really Juventini that are waiting for the videos, that are watching it every single day, which is really, really fantastic. That is really fantastic. So I couldn't expect that much from you guys. So I will answer in a second, but first of all, because we just started and looks like they were waiting for me, guys, we need to go with something. We need to go with something. We need to go with something, guys. I wanted to wait a bit because Mercato officially starts in 33 minutes, but looks like we really need to anticipate it. For Ibelito that just wrote Mercato is lazy, it looks like we are starting the Mercato with a real bomba, because that bomba is that even if we have some problems with Dusan Vlahovic, even if Jonathan David didn't sign yet for Juve, even if we don't know with certainty the future of Koopmeiners, looks like Juventus for the striker, as they told us before I left for USA. Voices that became actually much smaller. Nearly, we didn't hear them anymore when I was in USA. Maybe they were waiting for me because they wanted the bomba to be announced. Well, looks like Juventus, they don't want to give up. They don't want to give up on one name, and that name is Osimhen. Juventus is doing really serious things for Osimhen. There were already contacts in the weekends between the Bianconeri and the entourage of the player to have the okay to the transfer. We know it at the moment, pay attention. Osimhen refused to go to Al Hilal. It's already a done deal that he will not go to Al Hilal. He's not a player from Galatasaray because he was on loan to the Turkish team. They were hoping, they were dreaming to keep him one more season or having him permanent. Well, Juventus, we know it. They want to go for a big player there up front. They were on Gyökeres. They were on Osimhen, they were on Jonathan David, they are still on Jonathan David, and apparently here they are telling us that Juventus is really going for Osimhen. Attenzione, before we totally go crazy, before we go really crazy for the name, Juventus already met the entourage, but it's not the first time. These talks already started, you remember, with Giuntoli and with the entourage, with a player that really wanted to go to Juve. Looks like he didn't change his mind, but the big thing is Napoli. You need to find an agreement with Napoli, because you can have the agreement of the player if Napoli, if De Laurentiis, if Conte, if Manna, they all say no for the transfer from Osimhen to Juve. You can speak and have whatever agreement that you want with the Nigerian player. He will not come to Juve. Is there a possibility for a swap for Dusan Vlahovic? I have absolutely no idea. I read that thing one time from an account that was not that reliable or not that expert, so I don't want to push that narrative. You never know, huh? What can happen tomorrow. It could be a possibility. One thing is sure, in the situation of the strikers, if we really want to go in detail, maybe it's the moment to do it before I go back to my trip in USA, because I have a lot of answers to give, because I already see here some questions from people, some donations that I need to answer, some people that are continuing with their renewal of memberships, people that are putting a maximum of like to all your questions. Well, what is the situation today? That my big fear in the recent days was that Dusan Vlahovic is really blocking Juventus Mercato in terms of salary and also the total cost of the player with Juve. A player that is not in the plans of Tudor anymore. A player that is not in the plans of Juve, with Juve that is really pushing to let him go now, immediately, because you can cash in a bit. Not that you will win money a bit, but being break even, but especially saving a huge, big salary. This is what Juventus wants to do as fast as possible. But Dusan Vlahovic doesn't agree to find a team or to go to a team where he will earn less money than what has been agreed for his last year of contract with Juve. Doesn't want to go to a destination where he doesn't believe that he belongs to. So for Saudi Arabia, he said no. Fenerbahce, he said no. Milan would have been a team where he would have said yes, because he also know Max Allegri. So it's a difficult moment there. So my big fear is that because of time that is running, you would probably go for Jonathan David, signing him, because today is his last day of contract, actually 29 minutes and then it's over. So 29 minutes and then it's over. David will have 0 clubs anymore. That means that the clubs can go for him. So he wants to go to Juve. They already found an agreement on the salary, not yet with the entourage. So I hope that they can find a deal there, but I was really scared that if you go with that player, if Dusan Vlahovic is not unlocking himself, well, who will pay the consequences for it is Koopmeiners, which is extremely strange, because Koopmeiners is actually at the moment the real striker of Juve, the one that is doing well and the one that Juventus wants to keep as number one. So you could potentially be blocked there with after the Club World Cup. Koopmeiners that is not going back to La Continassa, but instead going back to Paris, because that's the club where he belongs at the moment. So I was extremely scared about that, but now there is our friend here, Gianluca Di Marzo, that is telling us, pay attention, Beppe, because Juventus is really serious for Osimhen. Is that why we didn't sign Jonathan David? Could be. Is that why maybe we'll not sign Colomwani permanently? Because I tell you that Paris Saint-Germain, they are open to give him 1 more year on loan to Juve, but this time not with an option, this time not with just a loan, but this time they really, really, really want the obligation to buy. So if you go for Colomwani, you know that it's a player that you will pay. Not immediately, but you will delay the payment for 1 year. Are these costs of Colomwani something that you can add to Colomwani and Colomwani Osimhen? I don't know. Can you go for Osimhen, Jonathan David? Big question mark. And maybe we have to start the poll now before I start reading the message that has been written here in the chat a few minutes ago. Poll. So, best solution is Jonathan David free, or bonus, let's say bonus, but free, plus Osimhen. Do we go with Colomwani plus pay plus Osimhen? Do we go with Colomwani plus Jonathan David, or
it's time?
Yeah, we go with this one. We go with this one because I will not ask you, do you want to keep Dusan Vlahovic? Let's go with a poll. 3 names there. Before we go back to our journey in USA and before we speak about other things, but this is really the bomba that we were not expecting this evening. I was not expecting it. Zitrix, thank you for the donation from UK, at least. I was about to say to London, but from UK. Ciao Beppe, quick question. Do you think that Araujo is still a possibility? And if so, who do you think is realistic defender we can get? Araujo is a possibility. Yes, he is a possibility for less than what they agreed on, or agreed now. Agreeing is a big word, but that they were speaking about last season, because they were speaking about a 50 million euro that Juventus wanted to invest. Even if he renewed his contract, he's a player that could be available for 35 million euro. Is it still a possibility? Yes, he is still a possibility. On the other side, with the injury records, with the fee that you need to pay for a player, I would think twice about it. Balerdi is the real first name on the list, but Balerdi, if you don't go with 40 million euro, yes, you heard me well, 40 million euro, Marseille is not letting him go. Juventus, they understood one thing, not that they needed to understand it, but the recent games really showed that it's a reality, that we have not only the striker to fix, not only the midfield to fix, but also the defense to fix, which means that we will not have a lot of cash for all the different roles, so we will look for opportunities that are maybe a bit smaller in terms of fee, but that can give something. So Araujo and Balerdi for 35 and 40 million euro, I would think that we will exclude these names. What are other names that are possible? Look at Laporte. Laporte, that could be a real beautiful name. Why? Because he has experience, because it's a player that for 10 million euro you are bringing home. Laporte interest is real, and Laporte is a player that I would really see there with Juve in that team. So at the moment it's a convincing name for opportunity, cheap price, experience, a player that is, I believe, 32, so it's not a player that is like 37 or 38. So that could be one of the names if you really go for it. So then, do we have other names? Yes, there are. Leoni, that is close to Inter from what I heard. Let's see if they were counting on that extra bonus of already being sure to beat Fluminense, which didn't happen. But after Boni from Parma, they go for Leoni. So let's pay attention there, because there is a big derby also there. Milan, Inter, but also Juve that is in the run. Juve that made clear that they are still interested. Then what they will ask for the young Italian defender, I have absolutely no idea. But I can tell you that Juventus is on defenders. I don't think that the name of Ortiz, 29 years old from Flamengo, is real, because it's a player that is 29, that never played really at high level. It's a player that, according to me, it would be extremely difficult to let him fit at Juve. I don't really think it's even an opportunity, so we need to be patient for the defenders. But Laporte is, according to me, at today on the 30th of June, maybe one of the best names, realistic names. Thank you, Zirtix or Zitrix. Mohamed Al-Ozani, thank you for the donation, my friend. Ciao Beppe, thank you for keeping us closer to Juve. Look, guys, could I have keep you closer to Juve than what I did? Difficult. I did 4 meet and greets. Yeah, maybe yes, I could. Maybe I could, because I was there assisting to the reunion between Danilo, Alexandro, and the players of Juve, the staff of Juve. I was there when they arrived. I was literally there. So you don't see me on the pictures, from the official pictures of Juve, because I always try to go out of the way, because it was not the moment. But I believe that this is also why I have been really appreciated by Juve, is that I know when I can do content, I know when I cannot do content, I know what when to be a professional or what not, and that moment was not for Beppe to take some pictures or to record it. I remember that after that we left, some people from Juve, they said, Beppe, please don't post anything from that reunion, because that's something private, and the images that we have and so on will be posted by Juve. And I said, guys, I have not even a picture. I didn't take any picture. So they were really happy, because they can trust me in working. Do I look really tent? I look awesome. I look really beautiful. I have to admit that it's true. I was walking sometimes in Orlando. I was looking myself to the mirror. I said, Mamma mia, this guy is really beautiful. And actually then I realized it was me. No, I look really beautiful. I agree with all the people that are saying that in the chat. Thank you for that, guys. No, could I have been closer or bring you closer, maybe an interview with players or things like that? I could have done it. Then I spoke a lot. I spoke with Savon, I spoke with Adzic, with Yildiz that made the signature. No, I didn't do any tattoo of the signature of Yildiz. For what reason? Because, you know it, I have one tattoo of Juve, because Juve is the club that I love, and Juve is there, was there, and will be there forever. Players you don't know. Yes, it's true. He made a fantastic, beautiful interview on Tutto Sport, Gazzetta Sport, where he said, like, would be a dream to stay at Juve, but in football you never know, because really you never know. And the tattoo of a player on my forearm, then he goes tomorrow to, you never know, to Inter, and I have the tattoo of an Inter player on my forearm. So, no, but it was really a fun moment. I took a picture from it, so I always will have that signature pictured on my arm. It was a moment that I really wanted to have. But no, closer than that, it was impossible. I spoke to Trezeguet, I spoke to Giorgio Chiellini, I spoke to Nocerino, to Puma, Emerson, I spoke to Arsène Wenger. I was extremely close to a lot of them. But no tattoo. If you want to tell me if you would have done a tattoo, let me know in the comment section. Gio, 14 mesi con noi, 14 months. How is it to know the players actually know you? Oh, that's a beautiful question. Don't be scared. We'll speak about Mercato in a second, but I really want to answer these questions. It's strange. In the beginning, it's really strange. I knew about a few players, which I have sometimes contact with. I really knew about these players. There were a lot I didn't know about, I discovered. But it's really nice. You know, when you have a Cambiaso that is coming, when you have a Rui that is seeing you, because the first meet and greet, they didn't know that I would have been there. But they see you and they said, like, oh, you know, you can really see their reaction, because these are things that I filmed, for example, from some players. Then you have an Adzic, they say, oh, you are here again. I asked him about, for example, the training session. I said, is Tudor, you know, calming things down because of the hot temperature? He said, no, Beppe, we are really working hard, and it's 36 degrees, so it's really, we are suffering here a lot. But you have these discussions, you have, who knows me, now all of them, but Cambiaso, Rugani, that was super happy to meet me also, because I kept conversation with him when he was at Ajax. So Rugani, Cambiaso, the usual ones, Bangula, Wea, Timo Wea, that recognized me, Koopmeiners. So how does it feel? I wrote that, I think, on Instagram, saying that according to me, it's one of the, except of the supporters, I think it's a really beautiful reward for being even if I criticize the performance of players when they don't do well, or our team or our coach, that I was able to win their trust in Beppe is not a troll. Beppe is a professional, that when he has to say something that is not good towards us, he will do it with respect. which I'm asking a lot on that channel. Be respectful to people because they are watching the channel, because you're still speaking about human beings. So, and being recognized is the most beautiful rewards of 5 years of work, and this is also thanks to you. Then I tell you the truth, and probably you will say, Beppe, please be humble. But after the 4th time in 2 weeks that I was there at the meet and greets, it was not the same feeling anymore. It was not the same excitement. You know them, they know you. You don't go anymore. You know, it's just like, hello, all good, great, fantastic. If you have a bit of time, you speak. But it was really focusing on a recording to make a short for you, etc., etc. So it was different. But it's really a beautiful emotion. I cannot lie about that. Thank you. Lorenzo, that said, Beppe, great work. Pleasure meeting you in Orlando. Thank you. Really thank you. Like I saw also Chef with an X that is there. Say, Beppe, it was a pleasure to meet you in Orlando. Question, which place is hotter to live in, Orlando or Belgium? Hopefully we win tomorrow. No, I believe without any doubt. No, not I believe. I'm sure Orlando. Orlando is extremely hot all year long. The difference is why I'm telling that now it's really hot here is because I'm living at the 2nd floor and there is not a really great isolation in terms of temperature. And here in Belgium, we don't have, it's not usual to have like air conditioning in your house. And if you are paying for air conditioning, it costs you really a lot of money because it's not something standard, because you know, here it's like warm like 6 weeks a year or like 8 weeks a year is really warm. But being at the 2nd floor without good isolation, all the warmth stays in your home, and that's why I'm sweating. It's extremely hot. But no, definitively Orlando. But I was happy to meet Chef that came with some friends to the J Village, some friends of him that were booed and whistled. So guys, if you want to guess why the friends of Chef were booed by all the Juventini in the village, you can tell us, because I will tell you if it was correct or not. Hasan Beppe, happy to see you again. How about Rugani? Rugani could potentially start tomorrow against Real Madrid. For what reason? Because Gatti, I spoke with some people at Juve. They told me during the Manchester City game, during the first half, they told me he's not ready to play today. He was not ready to play today. And then Savona got injured, and he entered like 30 minutes from the end, but he was not even supposed to play. So actually Gatti is injured since now a few months. It was more than we thought initially. He's still not 100% fit, but on top of that he has the fever, or he caught the fever today, which did he miss the training session. Brava Sasha, that said they were Inter fans. Yeah, they were some of his friends that were Inter fans that came to the J Village, and they were correctly whistled. But nice guys, honestly, nice guys. Inter, that I repeat, are out of the competition before Juve. So he could potentially start tomorrow. Fantastic person, fantastic guy. Super happy to be back at Juve. There are some voices from Porto. For what reason? Because Farioli, the coach that he had and that really wanted him at Ajax, coached him for an entire year, was happy with him, with his performances, and would love to have him at Porto. So it could be potentially that Rugani is leaving at the end. Then depending the situation of defenders, where we will be in a few weeks, but it could be. Can Rugani start tomorrow? Look, in a 3-man defense with a Bremer, with a Gatti, we saw that Gatti can perform, and actually a lot of time he did really well. Now, if you have a defense made of Kelly, Kalulu, and Kelly, where he never played with, back at Juve against Real Madrid, against Mbappe, like I see in the chat, it's something different. Rugani will not be the player that will elevate. He has not the same impact as a Gleison Bremer, with all the respect, of course, for a Rugani that I really enjoy and love and appreciate and respect, but he knows as well he's not the same impact as a Bremer, not one that is elevating you the defense and being there the number one starter. We know that. Then will he do well? I think yes, but It's the entire defense plus the defensive phase that we really need to work on. And these are the things that I spotted not only against City, but also in the 2 other games. Panita, ciao grande. Thank you for the donation, my friend. Ciao Beppe. Great work in the United States. I owe you a good audio intervention. I love you from Puerto Rico. Absolutely. We will organize really soon. Not only audio, but I would love to invite you for an entire live, Panita. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my brother. James Stanislavski, 9 months together with us. Thank you, Beppe. Good to have you back. Looking forward to watch the watch along tomorrow. American commentators just can't cut it. Look, if I can tell you one of the things that I didn't appreciate, I appreciate a lot. 95% of my trip I appreciated and I loved. What are the things that I didn't love regarding to football is a strange culture of not going to the stadium, or at least not entering the stage. No, I will repeat. Not going to your seat. Not going to your seat if they didn't whistle the start of the game, which is really strange because you see the images at the kickoff where you have an entire empty stadium. At a certain moment, like 1 hour before the game, there were like 5 people in the stadium. I heard the national anthem of the USA, which I wanted to be extremely emotional about because it's something that you always, for a European, you always hear that on television. And I said, I would really would love to live it from live, from a stadium. The national anthem of USA, you like or you don't like, it's something iconic. But there were like 5 people in the stadium. It was really strange. And I said to myself, oh, probably it's a repetition, it's like a rehearsal before the official one later when the stadium will be full. No, it was not the it was not the rehearsal. It was the official one. They didn't care how is our full stadium or not. But that's really strange that people are really entering the stadiums last minute. If they didn't whistle, they don't come, and that's really strange for me. I know that there are a lot of activities behind the stadium or in the stadium himself where you can eat, you can drink, you can play activities. So the entertainment level is quite high. But guys, the game is the game. The game is the game. No. If you see your players, your team, I want to see the pre-warm-up. I want to see them with the coach being there, the coach going and greeting. And this is a culture that is really different to me, at least in the 3 games that I saw. But I saw it also in other games. The Ola is something I will never understand. I see Saraz writing the Ola. No. The Ola, no. Ragazzi, the Ola, no. If your team is losing, if you're winning 5-0, why not? But if your team is losing 5-0, you don't participate to Ola, no? No. This is something I really don't understand. Then the tip culture is really strange as well in USA. Strange. Tip for no reason. Just tip. Give the tip. Really strange. Really strange. We will continue to speak about football in a second, guys. But I answer the question, of course, that I have always my priority. And forget, and the commentators, because guys, die. You cannot have that level of commentators. Really bad. Because they don't care if it's football, if it's NBA, if it's NHL. It's the same commentator with that. They don't have that enthusiasm for the game, and there are some peaks where they go really insane with like, and then they stop, and it's really strange. There is not that entirety of authenticity for 90 minutes of enthusiasm. Is really strange when they comment. What else? Maybe I can tell you as well. It's a country of sport. This is something that I don't have here in Europe. I visited a lot of countries in Europe. This is something that is really huge in USA. You go in a bar, you see baseball, NBA, NHL, NFL, football. You have all the different sports in big screens. People are looking or watching, whatever, and they go, they comment, which is totally different as a culture. Also in the streets, you see a lot of stores with shirts from the different teams, from the different sports. Which with us in Europe, it's totally different because we have one sport, is football. It's the number one. That's where you find on the streets, on televisions, in the bars, football, not something else, which make, I believe, European ahead of knowledge because they have more time dedicated to one sport. Not that they are smarter, not that they understand better, but it's true that if you have one team, well, let's say one sport that you support, you have more time to dedicate. When you are supporting, watching different sport, it's impossible. Guys, it's like when I'm saying that some creators that are speaking about football, about all the teams from all the leagues, it's impossible. They are finding shortcuts because you cannot watch all the games. All of us have 24 hours, so being an expert of all the leagues is just impossible. That's what I think. Thank you, James. Nicolotti, thank you, my friend. Ciao, Beppe. It was really nice meeting you in Philly. Thank you, Nico. Was really appreciated. What are your feelings for tomorrow's game? Maybe I can answer that one. Look, I will not lie. I don't have a lot of optimism for the game of tomorrow. We will do the watch along here. Of course, we will watch it. We will comment it together. We don't start with being convinced that we can do something. Let's be honest. Real Madrid was stronger than us. Real Madrid already reinforced themselves with some players. They have a new coach. That is a good one. So tomorrow, on paper, if we are the one that played against City, we have no chance. Now, there is one thing that reassures me a bit. I don't know if it's... And I always told you, even before starting, that according to me, we are still speaking about a 24-25 team with an Igor Tudor that had zero voice on the players that he wanted. Because we didn't do any change except of losing probably the only starter that we had there in our defense, that was Renato Vega. So no, I don't have a lot of optimism, but I think that, guys, all of us, we are in the same page, no? I would lie to you if I tell you that I have a lot of optimism for the game of tomorrow. Then that doesn't mean that I am 100% convinced that we will lose, because one game is not the other, because every game has a story, and this has nothing to do with accepting mediocrity or lowering our standard, or we are Juve, we need to fight. No, it's watching the reality. The performances defensively against the two first team were not good. The performance against Manchester City was our show. We don't have the bench to change. We have players that are out, like a Bremer that still didn't start yet a single minute, as anticipated. A Gatti that is not in form. A Locatelli that is not at 100% yet. We have some players that are still on loan and do not know about their future. We have some players that are on the market, clearly, like Mbangula, like Wea, like Dusan Vlahovic. So we are... I would say we are an open construction work, but it's not even true, because we are not open yet, because nothing is happening in entry or exit at the moment. So let's see. Then can we win tomorrow? Why not? Hope so. I really hope so, but realistically, the feelings are not great, no? Abai, prediction, Beppe, future head of marketing of Juventus communication for you. No, but you know that in 5 minutes my contract with Juve will end. So in 5 minutes I will have no contract with Juve for the first time since February 2021. Yeah. Then will we continue? Will or not? Maybe with another mission. Let's see. I can just tell you one thing: is that I did 3 years and a half of YouTube and Twitch on Juventus, with Juventus, which we did so many interviews with players, opened me so many doors, made me grow as an interviewer, but also, it was a fantastic experience. This year, I was thinking that it would end because we stopped with Twitch and YouTube. And then they came back to me telling me, Beppe, it's true that we stopped with the project, but we really want to continue with you for the professionalism that you have, for you being an authentic Juve fan, for the fan base that you have, because we know that we can do things with you. And at the end, I started with the tours in Italy. You remember Crotone, Avellino. I did the Juventus Official Fan Club Day 2025 in Sardinia, which were a total different experience than Twitch and YouTube, because you are in live presence with fans. And then they called me to do the USA tour, which was, according to me, my biggest experience as a professional content creator and professional part of Juve. So it totally changed so many things. Then will there be more tours in the coming months? Maybe. And that could be possibly that I continue with them or not. Let's see in the coming weeks. Let's see what will happen. Head of communication and marketing, no. Also because I didn't study there. But thank you for 44 months, my friend. Jafar, 23 months with 4 beautiful hearts. Hopefully that's the games that we will go through, because we had the 3 first games of the competition. If we can have a heart for the next one, then next time you come back and you put a 5th one, because that means that we go through every single time. Thank you for that. Jafar is then writing a comment. Thank you for the donation, my friend from Sweden. Ciao Beppe, have you experienced a worse time than now, like when we were unfairly relegated to Serie B? Look, I can tell you one thing, because it's a really good question. It's a really good question. Did I experience a worse time as a Juve fan than now? Yes, because when I started to support Juve was not winning. I'm speaking about the end of the 80s, before we started winning again, also with Marcello Lippi, but I didn't start supporting a winning Juve. It was Juve that, if I'm not wrong, didn't win for 7 or 9 years the Scudetto. So yes, then on top of that, we had the Serie B period, coming back from Serie B. That was really harsh. It was really harsh. But also between Lippi 1 and Lippi 2 was also not an easy one, because at Juve, if you don't win, even if it's 1 year, it's not easy. Now I can tell you that it's a tough one. Why? Because it's 5 years that we didn't win. So it's equalizing the years that we didn't win between Serie B and winning again with Antonio Conte. And at today, we don't know how the next season will be. At the moment, we are negative for a lot of reasons, because of the Manchester City game, because how we ended the season in Serie A, because of the non-Mercato, because today, Mercato is, I think, influencing... Wait, pay attention, because... Wait, I will come back on that comment in a second. Wait, but... But it's important also that we keep in mind that 3, 2, 1. Mercato is open. Mercato is officially open. Transfer market season 25-26 of the summer is officially open. So let's go. Let's see what Comolli will bring us. So repeating you, is it a tough part? Yes, absolutely. On top of that, don't forget that Mercato is also influencing a lot. Today, if you are not doing a Mercato, looks like you are shit. That's a reality. I remember that last year, on the 15th of June, 30th of June, we already signed Douglas Luiz, Di Gregorio, and I don't remember who else, but I think surely a third name. So we already signed 3 players. And with these names, you can already start projecting yourself. Going towards, okay, this will be the new Juve, starting to make the lineups, knowing this, knowing that. Today, you hear no names or the names of... so no names or the names that were already made by Comolli, because Jonathan David is a name by Giuntoli, sorry. Wesley is a name that... No, that's the only new name, Wesley. But a lot of names that you hear linked to Juve are the same as the one of Giuntoli. So is it because the journalists do not know? Is it because we have a total different plan? But anyway, if you are inactive in 2025 on the market, it means that that you are not doing well. At least this is how it's perceived. So if you add up a bad performance against Manchester City, really, really bad. A team that is not complete, inactive rumors on the Mercato, no signings. If you're adding all of that, looks like you're really, really, really on the ground. I tell you, you can really judge if something worked out at the end of the season. Look at last year. We were all enthusiasts here with the names that were really clear. Koopmeiners, that we didn't sign yet, but that was clear. We were all enthusiastic about Koop. There were so many names that were linked to Juve that at the end we were able to sign that we were all enthusiastic. Thiago Motta, new coach, so it was newness. We will pay with a 272. We were making videos. I remember the enthusiasm of last year was peak, was sky high, was in there. I can guarantee you that if today, it will not happen, but if today Comolli announce Osimhen, I can guarantee you that the enthusiasm of the Juve fans will be totally different. It will not be enough, but at least you have something to talk about. At least you can already start thinking, okay, we are fixing up front, we go with a big name, so other names will follow soon, etc., etc. So Mercato is influencing a lot today. The fans, the way of thinking, the way of analyzing, which in the past we didn't have, at least not that much. So is it the worst? I think no, it's not the worst, but this one is much more amplified. So it looks like the worst. This is what I think. Red, my friend, ciao Beppe, ciao my friend. Thank you for becoming a new member. By the way, there is something that I didn't do, and it's actually showing you how many Juventini of the world we are here. We are with 38,664. I was hoping to do 40,000 before coming back, but this was probably too much of a target even for an enthusiastic and optimistic Beppe. Rad, 44 months with us. Thank you for being part of the family, Rad. Really appreciate it. Club World Cup, what a great milestone, Beppe. Way to go. Happy for you. For sure, more to come. Yeah, Club World Cup, I told you, I said if I don't go there in any way, it means that I flopped as a creator. So that's good. I didn't flop. Then being there with you, meeting David Trezeguet, it was tough for me. It was really, really tough for me to keep it secret because I knew, of course, who would have been the legends. Matri, Barzagli, Patrice Evra, Toton Pat, and David Trezeguet. I knew that I would have had the opportunity to speak with them, to meet them, to talk with them, to introduce them. So I prepared myself really well, but I couldn't reveal it because we wanted to keep it as a secret for the people that would attend the villages as long as possible. So I couldn't say anything. But it's true that when I met David Trezeguet, and that's why also I was prepared, because as you know, I traveled with that one, and I asked him his signature. Of course, I put a really, I didn't have a really beautiful pen, but you can see the signature here on the shirt on David Trezeguet, on that number 1. So I was prepared and I took it with me. I have 0 signatures of players. 0 signatures of players because when I was at the meet and greets, where you needed to be selected to participate. So not the villages, but the meet and greets with the actual first team players. I really wanted to work, and I didn't want to take one signature away from one fan. A lot of fans had their signatures, but not everyone could have from all the different players. But I didn't feel to steal a signature for a single person. I said, if I need to steal from one person a signature, so it means going asking a signature, while actually they take it away from a kid, from someone that will meet them for just one time, I really don't want to do that. So I didn't ask a single signature to any player from the first team. The only one that I needed to do was David Trezeguet, because you know, it's my favorite non-Italian first player. Luca is saying sad to hear. No, it's not sad. I don't experience it as sad. I have, guys, you know, the dream that I had to live, the experience I had to live, the opportunity to be close with the team, 4 days speaking with them. There is even a player that not only gave me the Instagram, but gave me even his WhatsApp number so that we can message also on WhatsApp. Guys, having these talks because they know me, so they are a bit more open. For example, I knew, for example, that some players would not have played the day after. You know, when you are in confidence like that, it's much more worth. And I was happy. I was really happy to see Kids smiling, families smiling, Juventini that will see them one time in their life. So no, it's absolutely not sad. But yeah, it was a big milestone for me. Let's see what the future will bring. Let's really see what the future will bring. I'm really curious about that one. È ufficialmente iniziato il mercato. Il mercato just started officially. Yes, we made the gong, the 3-2-1, Sandro, but it's true. We just started. Beppe is an amazing person. No, I'm not better than anybody, but I thought it was the thing to do. You'll always be a fan of Juve before anything else. That's how I consider myself as well, but I don't want to be a fan that is taking advantage of his position to actually have more than the other ones, because that's not correct. Sometimes you have beautiful gifts in life, and it's not good to take advantage of position. That's not good. Don't wait. Nobody will come today. No, in Mercato, I don't expect that somebody will come today on the first, also because we are playing a game, so I don't expect it. Okay, guys, start with whatever question you have. Experience in USA, football, Mercato, whatever. Start with the questions. Write them down, because I really want to answer, and you never know what will be the next news that we will be able to read. But write them down. I'm super happy to answer you. Pavel, thank you for 1 month, my friend. Ciao Beppe, good to have you back. I hope you enjoyed USA a lot. Really a lot. I didn't hear or read anything about Cabal. Is he part of Tudor's plan? Cabal is still recovering. So at the moment it makes no sense to speak about exit Mercato for Cabal, because he didn't recover. It doesn't make any sense to speak about him being in the starters, because Tudor doesn't even know him. So still recovering, didn't even travel with the team. And at the moment, we don't even have a time for him to be back. But good question, Pavel. Then is he in Tudor's plan? That's something I cannot tell you at today. Okay, great. Chaos at Inter. Marotta dropped a bomb. What did he do? Marotta? Did he say that he will leave? It's time, for him to leave. Let me check what he do. Attenzione! Inter President Marotta. Lautaro's message on players who don't want to stay. He didn't say, but I will say that. It was for Hakan Çalhanoğlu. We will speak with Hakan. If there will be the conditions to part ways, we will do it with zero problems. Bomba. We already knew, no? We already knew that Hakan Çalhanoğlu would not stay at Inter. They knew, we knew. I don't see any... I met Salvatore. Beppe, was great meeting you in Philadelphia. Welcome back. Thank you, my friend. But yeah, I met Salvatore, which made me really happy, because he was also one that won one of the contests that we did, like also Daniel Perone that I met. Mamma mia, I met so many Juventini. It's crazy. Favorite and least favorite meal in your trip? Oh, on your trip. But I can tell you one thing, which is really strange, because some people, they even wrote it on a YouTube comment section. They told me, Beppe, it's really strange, because usually when people are going to USA, they come back with a lot of weight more, because they ate a lot, and you are actually losing weight, because I lost weight when I was in US, because we never ate. There were a lot of time where I preferred recording the morning video instead of having breakfast, because the good thing was that I was in beautiful hotels. I was in really beautiful hotels. I recorded them, so I will try to put them also in the vlog that I will make. But I was in beautiful hotels. But the problem when you are in beautiful hotels like that is that you don't have the buffet. You know, the open bar buffet where you can go for the breakfast. So you actually need to order from the menu, and they take really long. So a lot of time I didn't even spend time for breakfast. I said, you know what, I will record a video instead of having breakfast. We will find something on the way to eat or something, which didn't happen, because then immediately it was work. A lot of time we didn't even took a break to eat, and then we continued, and we just had dinner. And especially in the beginning, because we were with a huge big Juve team, They were able to spot the best restaurant where it was not really US food, except of the really good steak houses that I had. So steak were really, 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 really good in beautiful restaurants in the evening. But I didn't really had the traditional American food, but I really wanted to try one, so I took that kind of pancake with the chicken up. It was really strange. I already said that when we were live here 30 minutes like 1 week ago. That was really strange, but honestly... Oh, you know what I ate, and I really enjoyed it, by the way? It was in Philadelphia. Let me show you where it was. It was in Philadelphia. Let me show you. I was in let me go and check through the pictures. Yeah, I have it. So not this one, but the one across the street. For people from Philadelphia, tell me if you know it or not. So not this one, but this one here. So how is it called? We will go towards it, huh? I will show you. Is there someone that Cugino Eddie saying Pat's? Yeah, that's the name. That's the name exactly. Pat's Steaks. I went there to eat. Pat's Steak indeed. And that was really, 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 really good. I loved it. I really loved it. I took a pepper and pizza steak rolled up. Chapeau. Really well. You see? Oh, guys, you see? I went there. Cheesesteak, Pat's cheesesteak. Yeah. Pat's invented. Bravo. So I went there and I really liked it. I really, really, really liked it. So, did I go? Antonio, if you're asking that question, that means that you didn't follow on Instagram. I went twice. If you want to see, I can show you. Huh? So here, this is the Rocky statue, of course, with me, Beppe. It was immediately after going to eat the steak. Rocky Balboa. Then, wait, anyway, let me check. Look at that. Beppino. Of course I did. That's the view from the other side. That's the real statue that is a bit further. Then, what else? The day after, I went again the day, of course, because I wanted to see it during daylight. And at the daylight, so you can see it from the back, from everywhere. With some team members of Juve that were there until the end. Yeah. I went to Rocky. Did I climb the entirety of it? Yes, I did. It was by night. I think it's this one, but the video is that disgusting that I didn't want to show it. Look at that. Look, guys, the video is disgusting. Look. So I was ready. It's the worst video ever because I couldn't ask anybody to film me for that long. So I actually ran that way, all the stairs. But yes, I did it. And I was scared because it was the evening, so we didn't see anything. And I had the flash in my eyes for lightning. And it was a total disaster. Total disaster. But I was able to do all the stairs up to there. But I didn't want to post that because people will say, Beppe, what kind of video is there? Like I see Mohammed that is laughing like Julian and Saraz. But I did it. Yeah, of course I did it. People are asking, Beppe, what is the most beautiful city? We already did that, Ferraz. We already spoke about it, Ferraz. So, what was the most beautiful city that I was in? Look, I cannot speak really about beautiful city. But I can tell you my opinion about all the cities I went. I have one regret is that I started with Boston. That's my big regret. For what reason? Because Boston is the most European city from that coast, which made actually that my arrival, there was not that big like, wow, I am in USA. So I didn't experience like a big split, like a change of culture, because it was beautiful, but not something super surprising for me. So that's one of my regrets, that I didn't stop with Boston, or that it was middle of the way. So I started with I started with Boston, which I liked. It's really beautiful to visit, to be there. I didn't stay long, also because we stayed like 1 day and a half, and then we traveled away. And the big part of it was in the Juventus village, where we were there since 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. So I cannot really tell you a lot about Boston, except of the architecture that is really European, and I didn't see that big culture change. Then I went to New York for the first time. I can tell you that, of course, for me, never being in New York is really impressive. When you arrive, you see extremely high buildings, you see the landscapes. When you are on the roof or somewhere, you see really it's really impressive. New York is impressive. I walked at night, not at Times Square, but in the neighborhood of Times Square. I was there at the Madison Square Garden, where there is also the Empire State. I went to the Statue of Liberty, not there on the island, but from distance. And it's true that it's something exceptional, because it's something that is iconic. You see it. It was really an emotional moment there to see the Statue of Liberty from far away. Then New York is really chaotic. In the center of New York, it's really, really chaotic, where you walk. People are really in a rush. They walk super fast. They don't look at you. They push you. They go. So when you go there, big. But no, I wait, because I didn't tell you which one I like the most, Thomas. Because it's not Boston. Strange to say, but it's not Boston. So the one that I appreciated the most, and it's really crazy what I will tell you, but it's Washington. The one that I appreciated the most is Washington. For what reason? Because it was the first day where we had a Juventus village it was the first day I arrived there where we had a meet and greet with the players. It was also the first day where I had the opportunity to visit a bit more than I did in the other cities, and we did it with these kind of scooters, the one that you put your 2 legs on it and it goes you through. And honestly, we went, it was 11 p.m. We started. There was absolutely no car in the street, not a single person in the street. So I really had the feeling like the city was mine. It was my city. I was there on that scooter in the middle of the street, following the Juve staff there. It was a feeling of freedom, like it's my city. We went there. Probably the most beautiful moment of my entire trip, if I'm not speaking about football, but as a tourist, was that one of stopping at the first monument, that was the Lincoln statue that I watched in a lot of movies. And you see it from below the stairs. You already start seeing that glimpse. I put, of course, the scooter there. I was walking up. I went there. I can show you some images if you want. Let me check if I'm able to. So let's go back to Washington. Yeah, here we go. So these are the guys with who I was driving these scooters. That's the White House. That was less impressive than what I thought. Also because it's the side, not the front. And then, that's the obelisk there, and that's what I was telling you, where you start already see the statue, which is really impressive. I really promise you, it's really impressive. Then you see I was with some colleagues there. The Lincoln statue is top. It's top. And then we continue our road. Went here. And you see that there is absolutely nobody in the streets. So I enjoyed that one, but I don't think I would love to live there, because there is nothing to do. There is absolutely nothing to do. Nothing to do. So I would not live there, but I enjoyed it so much. Really, that was top, top, top. But I tell you, the people told me after 5 or 6 p.m. there is nobody anymore in weekdays in the streets. It's empty, 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 empty. See with our guys here, Basile. I met a lot of players, huh? But all of them. To make it easy, all of them. Koop was really a nice person. Really, really, really nice. What else? So I enjoyed Washington a lot. Then Philadelphia, Rocky Balboa, I loved. But then Philadelphia is not the most beautiful city. And Orlando, I didn't visit Orlando, of course, because it's huge, it's big. So I didn't go to Tampa. I was a bit disappointed in Orlando. Also because you really see the poverty in the streets. That was a bit, yeah. Philadelphia as well, but Orlando, a lot, guys, huh? A lot, guys. But then, oh, guys, look at that. I was in New York. I want to show you. But look at the views. Look at the view. It's incredible. You have the Brooklyn Bridge there. It's just incredible. I was on a rooftop. I believe it was the 17th floor or something like that. It's crazy. The things that I saw in my life was wow. Look at that. The beach with some people. The pool. Incredible. 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 Chapeau. Chapeau. Look. Wait, let me show you. Let me show you. Here, the goat. Here, the goat that just arrived. Here, the goat that just arrived. LJJ. He said, thank you for the donation, my friend. It was a pleasure meeting you in person, Beppe. Look at that. I was just showing a few pictures. LJJ here. That made me the amazing surprise of surprising me at the Fan Fest. So there was the Fan Fest in New York, where I was there for 1 day and a half, which was tough to work in. And then at a certain moment, I received a message from someone from Juve, like, there is someone that is asking for you. I said, I don't know who, so let's go. So I went there. And I see that person. I thought, of course, it's someone from the channel, but who, I don't know, because I don't know the faces of the person. And then he said, like, try to guess. So it was difficult. And then at the end, he said, it's like LGG. Then, of course, when I knew it was LGG, that is a huge, big, loyal fan of the channel, I went crazy. I was so happy. Then on top of that, he had a gift for me, that shirt that I had the kid version in my collection, but not the adult version. I was super happy. By the way, I received gifts from a lot of people there. Beautiful shirt from LJJ. I received some from Nino. I received a beautiful pen for me to write with from other people from Dallas. I was treated so well. I met my friend from Turin Giants as well, Farad, that gave me a t-shirt, 2 t-shirts, by the way. No, it was just top, and it was likewise. Then we had also the opportunity to take a bowl of fruit together there, my only small break, so it was beautiful. Did I see some celebs at the Fanatics Fest? Yes, I did. I saw, what's the name there? Another one. The guy there. Another one. What's the name of another one? The DJ Khaled. I watched DJ Khaled. Then at the of course, Patrice Evra. Then did I meet other celebs? I was not that interested in, to be totally honest, because I don't care about the guy there that is doing baseball or what is it there, Tom Brady. Yeah, I really don't care. Just to tell you that at a certain moment, we had a huge big star that came, and our stand from Juve, our booth, was extremely close to where the VIPs are at a certain moment going through to actually go into their VIP room. So we saw all of them passing by our booth, and I remember that I was there at the booth waiting for whatever, and I see some security guards with one guy in the middle that was super tall, and he came in front of me. He was in front of me, and I was there. I was watching him. He watched me, and he came, and he was then smiling like, okay, I will give you that autograph, or we will do, because usually you cannot stop them when they are going back. It's just at dedicated points. And I was like, I was watching him. He smiled. He said, okay, I understand. He didn't say it, but it was really clear, like, okay, I will take time just to take a picture with you because you are watching at me. But I had no idea who he was. So what I did was actually I stepped away and I said, welcome, sir. You know, like, go on, you know. Like, and then he was really surprised. He continued. And then I heard a lot of people saying, CC, CC, CC. I had no idea who he was. So in the evening, I went to eat with Marcella and with Andrea. And I explained that story about CC. And they told me actually CC apparently is the Cristiano Ronaldo of baseball, the one that are throwing the ball. CC. Wait, I will show you the image. CC Sabatia. Or Sabatia. That's the guy here. Apparently, he's the goat of baseball. Apparently, so I didn't know, guys. I didn't care, honestly. Yeah, Tom Brady. I know the name, but he was there. I really don't care. I didn't care. I would have loved to meet Speed. He was there, but at that time I was not available. I was doing something else. So I didn't know. I didn't know about that. So he was there. He was there. I promise you. I was there. He said like, let's do the picture. I was like, here, sir, go on. But anyway. But people told me he was top. Maybe, I don't know, guys. Just to tell you that I have absolutely no idea who he is. Yeah, guys. For the person that told me it was the GOAT, probably her favorite player. I don't know. Never heard of her. Me neither. Won a World Series with the Yankees. Oh, it's not bad, huh? It's not bad, no? Bad. Next time, USA trip, you should come to the West Coast. Look, will there be new events in USA with Juve? Could be. Not with a team, but you know that last year they already did with academies, etc., bringing a legend. So if they are, and Juve wants me to come back, let's see. People said earlier on, like, Beppe, did you receive feedback? Yeah, I received feedback from the Juve team, and they were extremely happy about and satisfied about how I worked, which is really super satisfying for me, because you know it. I'm a Juve fan, and when you have the compliments from the team that you love, from your professionalism, for your way of working, it's the best thing that can happen. Yeah, 100%. The World Cup, but the World Cup is not organized by Juve, so I have absolutely nothing to do there. And on top of that, we don't even know if Italy will qualify. So then if I become a content creator from national teams and they want to send me back with a project, I'm not saying no. I really enjoyed USA, seriously. And if I could go to the next coast, to the other coast, I would love to discover it as well. Why didn't I stay there until tomorrow? It's simple, because I was not, how can I say, I was not there to do content with players. I was not there on pitch line. My mission was to actually work with the Juventus official fan clubs, to organize the villages that were there in Boston, in Washington. I was there for the Fan Fest in New York, Orlando and Philadelphia, where we had these villages where the fans came, where we had the legend of the club that was there, and then going to the game. And these are events that you need to prepare. You need a location, you need to have it organized with the agency, with communication to the people so that they come, also to fix a legend that will be there in that city. So it's a huge big work. And you could organize for the group stages because you knew the city, you knew the club, you know that you are still there and you will play them. You cannot organize the knockout stages. But I have to admit that Juventus has been the only team that organized something like that for their fans. No other team organized villages or whatever. There were some activities inside the stadiums organized more by FIFA than from the club. But Juventus has been the only team organizing something like that. Yes, there was Paris Saint-Germain with a fixed village and another club. I don't remember. I think Chelsea. But it was not going where the team was. It was more something fixed. I don't remember in what team. Ciao a tutti quelli che parlano italiano che sono entrati a salutarmi. Grazie per il bentornato. Grazie. Fluminense in our heart, my favorite team from Brazil. Since ever and forever. Of course, I didn't know about that team before today. But bravo Fluminense. Actually, I stopped the vote. Best solution. And actually, you voted as the last option, Jonathan David for free plus Osimhen, 24%, Colomoni plus Jonathan David 36%, and then Colomoni plus Osimhen 38%. Elias was going with some spam messages, and the messages have been deleted, so please no spam, guys, otherwise it makes totally no sense. What else? What else? You can tell me again. It's not only about USA. It's about USA. It's about Mercato. But it's the first day of Mercato that just started since a few minutes. There are a lot of names. I can tell you just one. Oh, Daniel as well. Daniel, I saw. I was super happy because, and I said, finally, after 5 years, I was able to say thank you in real life to Daniel because he actually sent me the book of Andrea Pirlo. I was able to meet him there. I also spoke about his son. So it was nice to meet also Daniel. But I told you, seriously, the love I received, I will keep repeating it, but it was so immense, meant so much for me, really. Of course, there are some people that are not happy with the experience I had. Some people are taking the advantage at the moment to try to break a dream or to speak bad or this is part of the job. So you need to take it. You have not only love, you have also hate, but the hate I received has been that, guys, compared to the love and the opportunities and the appreciation from the football players, from Juve staff, from the fans. So nice, so nice, seriously, so nice. I met families, I meet kids that called me, I promise you it's true, that called me Zio Pepe or Tio Pepe in Spanish or in Italian, because that means uncle Beppe, because they watch me since they are born, since day one. Not that they watch because they are watching television, but because the father or the mother or the brother or whatever, they're already watching the channel. And these kids there, they grew up with my voice, with my face, which is really impressive, which is shocking, honestly, but beautiful, huh? But really beautiful. Here is Nino Sport. It was so awesome to meet you. So let me show you Nino. That will of course be in the vlog that I met in Philadelphia, if I'm not wrong. That I met in Philadelphia or in Washington. Oh, I don't remember the city, guys. Let me check. Luckily we have the pictures and they tell us where we met. I think probably it would have been in Washington, in DC, no? Let me try to go back. I have so many pictures. I even did these kind of things, guys. Then I will explain you. That's crazy. This is crazy. What a technology. I could, thanks to that technology, I know now who will be the 3 next winner of the Champions League. I will not tell you. I will not tell you. I try to find a picture of Nino, but I don't find him immediately, so... Anyway, I will show you in the vlog. I will show you in the vlog. But, you know. Oh, and then I found these guys here at the bar. They made me drink tequila. These guys were crazy nuts. These guys were crazy. My brothers from El Salvador. These guys were totally nuts, but it was so fun. So fun. It was incredible to spend time with them. I'm trying to find Nino back in the picture, but I don't find him immediately, which is starting to annoy me. Also because the picture was that small, so it's difficult to find them. But anyway. Boo. It's okay. But anyway, Nino. What a guy. Nino. I was so happy. You know that Nino is supporting the channel a lot. And it's so nice to meet him in real life. To have some discussions. Chapeau. Share a beer together was also super nice. People, they wanted to get me drunk. Beppe, drink. You are obliged to drink. I said, no, guys, I'm working. No, drink. It was fantastic. I didn't drink. Then, when I could, I had a beer. Nico, grande Nico, thank you for the donation. Andrea says, ciao zio Beppe. You see, it was a pleasure meeting you in Philly. The Andreas, but I remember the little Andreas is 3 months. 3 months, I met the little Andrea, 3 months. He was already dressed with Juve stuff. And was really nice. It was really nice to meet the little Andreas. Wait, I have surely a picture here. It was here. That was Philadelphia. So let's try to find Andreas, the little baby. So you saw a lot of kids. These moments were really special. Were really beautiful. Really special. So I'm trying to find... No... I met Alberto from all Juve cast as well. I'm going fast through the pictures, guys, but here is the little Andrea. You see Yildiz, and here you see the little Andreas. I knew that there was a picture of him. What a nice guy. What a nice baby. Jimbo, thank you, my friend. You did an exceptional job. I'm glad you enjoyed a peaceful evening in DC, but there is a lot of things happening in DC. Maybe next time. Yeah, look. That's what I said. I didn't go in tourist mode. But when will it happen again that someone will have the opportunity in 14 days to see 5 or 6 different cities? It's impossible. It's really impossible. So if I go back in Washington, and I hope I can come back. Because, of course, I know already some things that you don't know. The only thing that I don't know is what I will do. But plans of Juve, of course, I know. Guys, I know what Juventus has in mind for season 25-26. I know a lot of things already. But some things you can say, some things you cannot say. It looks like not a lot of people, they want to speak about Mercato. So you know it, if you don't want to speak about Mercato, we continue speaking about my trip. Go with questions, whatever you want. Mercato, football, Real Madrid, the game of tomorrow. Tell me. We need a real line. Yeah. The problem with alcohol is that I nearly never drink. So when I have like 2 beers, I'm already drunk. So it's super easy to get me drunk. It's super easy. Did you see Ice grab an old man from the street for... No, I didn't. I didn't, guys. Who do you think will be the first signing of Juve? I don't know. I hope a defender. I tell you the truth, I hope a defender. Luca. Yeah. Luca is my friend as well. Wait, it's towards the last evening here that we spent together. It was after the game. It was after the game. Where are they? Huh? I think it's this one here. Wait. Yeah. I had a bit of fun as well, guys. Huh? But here you see Luca. So yeah. That's fun. It was really fun. It was really fun. What American habit surprised you or something you found strange? But except of the tips that are really well known, so it's not surprising that everything is huge. Yeah, everything is huge. You know, here you travel from one country to another. You really travel from one country to another, where there you travel within the country, which is really strange in a way, because every city that I visit, and they were quite close. If you're looking at the map, they are quite close to each other. Are really different. They are really different. So probably that is the biggest surprising thing, that within a country everything is so different, from the architecture to the culture to everything is really different. Honestly, no. I mean, I was really, I was really thinking you couldn't smoke there, but everyone is smoking everywhere, guys. Actually, by the way, in a lot of cities you can smoke things that you cannot smoke here, because I was just walking, I was smelling really strange smoke there that we don't do here, except in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. So I would not say that. You know, USA is a bit the country of we say that we don't do, but actually we do a lot of smoking. Maybe I'm wrong, guys. I was really scared because, you know, it's not a secret. Unfortunately, I have that bad habit that I'm smoking cigarettes. Not the other one that we cannot, but at least in my country. But I was like, oof, it will be difficult because you cannot there. But guys, BS. No. So yeah, we just started. We spoke about Osimhen, Big Bomba, but that's the only news we have. And then I say, if you want to ask question about Mercato, we can go through it without any problem. I'm here. So Sancho, look, yeah, we didn't speak about Sancho. So I can tell you that from what I read online, and I also made my videos in that way, Sancho was a done deal, nearly. From a lot of journalists, they were saying it's a done deal. Sancho agreed on the salary, agreed on everything, even with Manchester United. So I was like, okay, he will be the first one. So let's get used to having Sancho. Actually, today I spoke with some people, and they told me that no, it's not true. It's not close to Juve. It's true that a lot of clubs that were on him already went out of the run, that there is still Juve interest on the player. That's true. But there is no close to Juve, done deal, or no. Then I will repeat endlessly that Sancho is a player that, according to me, is a player that is paying the bad label that he had, especially in Premier League with the Manchester United. Chelsea didn't do that bad, honestly, but even if you want Chelsea. But it's funny, because Dembele is a player that did extremely well. At Dortmund, he goes to Barcelona, where he was described as the flop of the planet. He goes to Paris Saint-Germain, and he's in the run for a Ballon d'Or. Sancho goes to Dortmund fantastically well. He flops at United, like every single player on earth. He flops there at United. He goes back to Dortmund, and he brings them in the final of Champions League. Him with other players as well, with the coach Terzic. Not only him, but he was really important. That he goes back in UK, where he semi-flops because he doesn't want to play with United. He do okay with Chelsea, because I watched some games where he did not bad. But was he a big flop? No. Big flop? No. But anyway, not good. Not at the level of Dortmund. He's 25. Cheaper than we think. It's an opportunity. I'm convinced that he's a better player than a lot of people what they think. I'm 100% convinced about that. Then we can debate, does it make sense to go for Sancho when you can go for a Conceição that you already tested, that you know the threads, you know the opportunities, you know the weaknesses, you know everything from Conceição. He's even younger than him. He has some potential to grow still. That's another discussion. I can say let's go for Chico because we tested him, because we know, and not for Sancho, for example. That I can even agree with you. But if you tell me Sancho is a bad player, I don't agree. I cannot agree with you on that one, because it's simply not true. It's the environment that actually is toxic. But how many? Look at Anthony. Look at Lukaku. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo. Look at Paul Pogba. We are speaking about so many players that United, guys, it's the reality. It's an environment that is extremely toxic, that is eating players, is eating coaches, and for a really long time now. So, but it's not even true that he's inconsistent. He was inconsistent, if you want, at Chelsea, yeah, but he was really consistent at Dortmund. Then, do we want him? Do we want to bet on him? Look at Di Maria, bravo Jim. Do we want him at Juve? Is that a bet that we want to take? That at the moment, I think that we don't need bets. So today I would be more keep Chico than Sancho. Then Saraz is giving another point that is also correct. Is Chico consistent in his decision making, in his games? I remember that at the beginning of the season he was God on earth. Then he was someone that here on the channel, you guys, I remember the names, you were saying no, Chico out. But it's like Douglas Luiz for an entire season. You wanted to keep him out, and a flop and a disaster. And how about that? He played 45 minutes well against, I don't even remember, I believe Alain. 45 minutes where we were already leading 2-0 or 1-0, whatever. Yeah, he did well. I watched him with my eyes. Fantastic player. What I always told you. And now is bravo Douglas Luiz. Why are we not playing him? Why are we not giving him a chance? We want him. Without him we cannot play football anymore. But you know, there is a balance in everything. Like there is a balance on Chico that is at the moment not consistent, that is still making mistakes in decision making. Like there is a balance on Sancho that cannot be a total phenomenon at Dortmund and a total flop in a Manchester United where all of them are flopping. That's why I'm always looking for that balance between the players and some consistency in our judgment. Then that we say we don't like him or we don't believe that he will do it well at Juve, that's a totally different discussion. Of course it is. But I agree with Thomas when he's saying that at the moment the defense is much more important, because especially the way that Tudor wants to play, not that he's playing at today, but wants to play, I think that we are risking a lot. We are risking a lot. Here they are in the Hard Rock Stadium. McKennie and Di Gregorio, Weston McKennie, Thuram. By the way, I don't remember when, I don't remember where, but I'm sure that I said it. I always told you that I'm not 100% sure or not ready to guarantee you that Weston McKennie would be at Juventus 25-26. Today, for the first time, I heard someone saying that it's not sure. Let's see what will happen with the possible or not possible contract extension. Let's see. I don't know. I just can tell you that I met him and he was super, super nice and available with all the fans. He didn't do really well in the 3 games that he played. He didn't do really well. That's honest. Shervin, Beppe, read my comment. Voila, I read it. Then, PSG is on another level. From the midfield, the strikers, the wingers, the defenders. By the way, Cecilia, is it okay for the Telegram group now? Were you able to enter? You should try, because I think that I solved it, but you need to tell me if yes or no you are able to enter again the Telegram group. Yeah, but we said it. Then Juventus tried, but if other clubs they have the opportunity to go for one player in defense and we need to go for more player in defense, forget about it. Look at that. Is that representative? Bellingham, Yildiz, Arda Güler, Colomwani, and I have no idea who that guy is. Number 30. I think it's the young guy that is doing well now with Real Madrid and Chico Conceição. Who is that number 30 from Real Madrid? Bo? I heard about the young guy that was doing really well. Garcia. Ecco. That's him. Gonzalo Garcia. Apparently he's doing really well, but honestly I didn't watch any game of him. I think it's over Adelito 555. I'm sure it's over. I will not tell you why and how, but it's over. Forget about Sam Bangula. Unfortunately or not, up to you, but forget about Bangula. I don't know if you call that an advantage, guys, because if you're looking at the stats that he did last year with Real Madrid, I know that it has been criticized a lot, but I don't know how and why. But no, and then when he plays against Juve, he scored with us when he was at Monaco. He scored with us at Paris Saint-Germain. He didn't score yet when he was at Real Madrid. So, no, I would not call Mbappe starting an advantage for Juve. I would not. I would absolutely not. But we couldn't sell players. Mercato starts today. Beppe, are you optimistic about the next season after this trip? No. No, I'm not. I'm not, because the new season didn't start yet. I know it's really difficult because we see the new shirts, home, away, the pre-game kits, because we are in a new competition, because some teams already started with signing players. I know all of that, but according to me, this is still not a new season. So I cannot be optimistic because we don't know nothing about the new Juve. Also because we have a new management that decided to not speak. And also internally, they do not speak. So at the moment, it's also one of the reasons why the ex-names of Giuntoli are still on the papers. Why? Probably because the work was already done there. Comolli or the people that are following Mercato, they are still in contact with these players, with these agents, and the sources of information are coming from the agents towards the journalists. Like, oh yeah, we heard Juve again, they are still interested in our player. Could be, could be. But you don't hear really new names. You don't hear when. You don't hear how, or you don't. Nothing. So, am I optimistic about the new season? No, I'm not at today, because we have the same team that finished fourth, a team that was obliged to sack a coach mid-season, and even worse because we actually signed players for a coach that is not there anymore. So no, I'm not. What I mean internally, that even internally, because of course you have different levels, but even internally, you don't have a lot of leaks. So at the moment, even the strategies, the names, the players are kept really secret, high level. So in the past, of course, because it was cascading down with more people that know, and of course more people are involved, more people know, more opportunities you have to share these names with insiders, with journalists, with papers, which at the moment nobody knows anything. There is something, they are working on things, but at the moment nobody knows, which could be good. So I tell you, or Comolli is a genius and he's going with a fantastic strategy, or he's saying, wait, guys, calma, because there are big problems that we need to solve, like Dusan Vlahovic, like players that are Douglas Luiz, in defense. Yesterday I made a video, I believe, like 12, 13 players that are out of project, players that we need to loan out, players that we need to try to cash in to accelerate. So I don't know. Is Albanese a good source? Albanese, I never like to say, is he a good source or not? I can tell you that he's a good professional. That is a person that I know also, personally. Like I know Agresti, like I know Zampini, Monblano, like I know a lot of people personally. I can tell you that the majority of them are good professionals. Are there good sources? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, because they are not making the deals. They are not creating Mercato. They are in contact with people that they tell them. And why our journey is totally disorientated at the moment is because we have a total new management with Chiellini, with Comolli, and we don't have a sporting director, we don't have a technical director at the moment, so the journeys are totally lost. They don't know. So the only possibility they have is on the names that have been given by the agents of players, not internal at Juve, because they need to work on it. I can tell you that Comolli did 3 times up and down Torino, USA. So also the time to speak with journalists, there is no time to speak with journalists. Sylvain Lefebvre, that I had the opportunity to meet in Orlando. Grandissimo Sylvain. Thank you, my friend. Ciao, my friend. What do you think about Dusan blocking the Mercato? Look, he has a contract. What I don't understand, what I really don't understand is if you want money, go where people can give you money. And Saudi Arabia wants to give you money. But you don't want to go there. So it means that you don't want to go for money. And correctly, you are 25, you want to play for a career, you want to play for a big club. But on the other side, you're ready to accept Milan, but not for that money. Milan was in difficulty. It's true that they have Allegri now, but nobody guarantee you that they will finish top 4. Nobody guarantee you anything with Milan at the moment because they have the up and down club. So it's not a club that is participating to any European competition. So it's really strange. So what do you choose? A sporting project, which I would agree with, or money, which I also would agree with. But it's really strange to not take a clear choice. And wanting to stay at Juve where you are not accepted by the coach, by the club, by the fans anymore, on a last year where you also risk to not play a lot, to miss the Club World Cup 2026 if your nation qualify. It's really strange, guys. Then that is blocking the Mercato. It's a reality because it cost us 42 million euro in total. Salary plus what is remaining in value in depreciation. So I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Also here you saw I watched against City disaster, guys. I was speaking with an ex-player. Told me this guy he can't even score with his hands. So it's not only fans that are. It's too big. That big chance that he missed at the 1-0, the big chance that he missed on a 3-2, mentally tough, huh? Mentally tough. He's totally out of it. I would not stay. Honestly, I would not stay. I would not stay. For him, for his good. I'm sure he will do well. He's a quality player. He's a quality player. I don't doubt about that. So when he will be in our team and he will bang 3 goals, 5 goals, 10 goals, fantastic. And nobody. And now people will. I'm sure people will come back. You see, you were a hater. No, I'm not a hater. I'm just saying that it's not working at Juve. It is not working at Juve. Punto. So for our good, for his good, stop. You have some opportunities, go, try. Because like that, it will be tough. Yeah. Fans are angry. Yeah. Yeah, but then, guys, at 25, you know. And then you already had the examples of Paolo Dybala, Federico Chiesa. You already had a lot of examples before you. No? Thinks he wants to stay and prove. What will he prove? Beppe, don't miss my super chat. Bravo. Thank you to tell me. Maybe I forgot. Yeah, I forgot a few, by the way. The one of Osama. That said, Beppe, what was the 15 million capital injection today for? You remember that Elkan said, I give immediately 15 million euro capital injection and then I can go up to, I believe, 100 more, something like that, or 90 more, something like 95 more. I don't remember. Anyway, between 90 and 100 more. Depending if we qualify to Champions League, if we don't. So we did. We qualified to Champions League, and today there was another announcement made by Il Bianconero that it's already said that there will be 15 more. What I can think of, because I don't receive the real news, is that Juventus, they needed to financially closing the book to have a bit better numbers. And this is also why we were pushing, because we were in a rush for these financial books to sell Wea Bangula before the 30th of June. At the end, the players didn't accept. Probably even Juve, they realized that the 22 million euro package was really low, and that's why probably Elkan injected once again to avoid a negative impact or whatever. That's what I think. But he didn't go to 115 in total because there was no need to. So it looks like Juventus could or should be able to do now a transfer market with their own possibilities. Thank you, because it's a good question. Julian. Thank you, my friend. Shervin, thank you. Romano, post about Medina Marseille. Balerdi, ciao. Look, I don't know. It's a defender. It will cost a lot of money. He's going to Marseille, so let's go and check what he exactly said. Strange, no? Was he not the best player of the world, this guy? Didn't them sign him for I don't know how much money, and they were super happy, big announcement. Yeah. 6 months ago, I believe, in the winter. Strange. Anyway. Here. Facundo Medina to Olympique Marseille. Here we go. Deal agreed for excess of 20 million euro, 5-year deal for the defender, and 22 million euro total potential fee for Lens, as called by l'équipe. Look, I cannot tell you if it's in addition to Balerdi, because l'Olympique de Marseille, they will play Champions League, so they will play European competition, so and they are ambitious. They are really ambitious. They want to do things well, so they are trying to invest. It's already a strategy that they have since now a few years. Didn't go always really well. So I cannot tell you if it's really to replace Balerdi or to go in addition to him. I don't know. I would not go too enthusiastic about that. I don't think so. And 20 million euro, guys, it's not that they spent like 50 million euro for a player where they are obliged to cash in. So I think it's to reinforce. If I can tell you my opinion, I think it's to reinforce. C is scope in Tudor's plan. Look. I know that Juventus is looking for a midfielder. You will tell me, Beppe, why? They are looking for a midfielder. Is Koop in Tudor's plan? Koop is obliged to be in Juve's plan. It's a reality. I think that instead of no, Koop, hey, this, out, instead of that, I think that we really need to go and pray. We need to pray for this guy to wake up and to become again the player from Atalanta. I promise you it's true. I know, why are we obliged? Because we cannot sell him. We cannot. That's a reality. We signed him for 58 million euro. It's not like Douglas Luiz where you were able to drop the cash with some youngsters, where after the season that he got, he really had a drop financially. Where Douglas Luiz still has offers from Premier League, big interest, and you can put it on he didn't find the right environment for him. The right league for him was much better in the Premier League football. This is not something for Koop, because Koop comes from Serie A, comes from Atalanta, and you see that he also received the chances to play that Douglas Luiz didn't receive. So you will not be able to sell him. Not. So you need to go and pray that he will do well. Will it happen? I have no idea. Scoring a goal doesn't unlock Koopmeiners. Changing position doesn't unlock Koopmeiners. What can unlock Koopmeiners? Maybe resting 3 weeks, staying away from everything for 3 weeks, and starting from day one at Juve with a new preparation. But it's a player that you will not sell, guys. You cannot sell him. The team playing better will unlock Koop. Yeah, probably. At the moment, we cannot offer that. I don't know if Gasperini would take him at Roma. I'm not sure about that. I don't know how they left each other when they were at Atalanta. And to Roma, they will not invest 50 million on Koopmeiners, guys. They will not, because they know that they are solving a problem to Juve. So, is in Tudor's plan? My answer is for one more year he will be in a Juve's plan. Of course, not like last year where he will receive all the chances in the world to be a starter, whatever, with fever. This, no. No, 30 million you cannot accept, Chervin. This is not how it works, guys. This is not how financial football works. They will not accept 30 million. So we are obliged to pray. Sylvain, thank you for the donation. Beppe, ravi de te revoir. J'ai décidé d'y croire pour demain. Forza Juve with the first lineup of the tournament. We can do it. Sylvain decided to believe in it for tomorrow. Okay, tell me, guys, how many of you believe that a miracle can happen tomorrow? I mean, I'm saying a miracle after what we watch against Manchester City, but how many of you are thinking that something can happen tomorrow? A beautiful result for you. It means beautiful result. There is no group stage, so it's a beautiful result is we go through. 10% chance to win. Nope. We'll win 2-1 for Mustafa. At 0, I do. Naruto is saying no. I believe. Fine, yes. Koop was only good at the opponent's box but useless in other parts of the field. I think we will win. It will be 4-1 for Real Madrid. Always believe anything can happen in this game. We are really up against it though. 25%, it's a lot, huh? We can do it. This Madrid is not that strong. We lose 2-1 at the last minute and we will all be angry. 1.26%. Beppe, last question that I need to understand how much money we paid up front for Koop to Atalanta. I don't remember by heart. I don't remember the details about it. I know it was like 58 in total, but I don't know how much they split and how they did, so it's 58. If I tell you with my brain, I tell you tomorrow we don't win. If I tell you from my experience as a fan, I tell you that every single football game has a different story. Like Inter that believed that they would win the Champions League against PSG. Like Inter that they believed that they would win against Fluminense. Like Dortmund that arrives in the final of Champions League. Like Greece that is winning in 2004 the Euro. Like Napoli that won their third Scudetto. There are so many things that can happen in football. That's why we love football, because everything is unpredictable. So as a experienced fan, I tell you, everything can happen. Everything can happen. Rational, I tell you, there is no chance. Then, if I speak with my heart, I really hope and I will support and I will believe that it's 0-0 when we start. And I think that after 10 minutes, we will understand it. This morning, I was reading Gazzetta dello Sport, where they already go with how to stop and block Real Madrid. If you think only to have a low block and to stop them, you will never do it. You will never do it. That's impossible. So I hope in a big performance of Kefren, of Yildiz, Conceição, right decisions. 1.897% to win. We play better as underdog. This is also true. My issue is the lack of character and lack of options, especially in defense. There is zero. There is zero option in defense, which is really problematic. The latest lineups are telling us that it will be indeed Kelly, Rugani, Kalulu. Wait, maybe there is already the predicted lineup. Not yet. Not yet. So let's see. Tactical pad. Let's open the tactical pad. Long time ago, that we didn't open the tactical pad. I don't even know if I added Rugani, by the way. Anyway, tomorrow should be like this. Savona, 2 months out, disaster. The last one that I saw was this, guys. Was McKennie next to it. But I will tell you what I heard. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. So, not Gatti, of course. Not Gatti, but Rugani. Wait. I don't even know if I've added him. No, I need to add Rugani. So, I think personally, because this is the last predicted lineup that I saw, I think personally that we will see this tomorrow. Alberto Costa on the bench and Locatelli from the start. No. Here. Like this. This is what I think will happen tomorrow. Then it could be potentially that we see Nico instead of Conceição, but not because of we prefer one player or another, but because Conceição could not be at 100% yet. And to start the game, to give reinforcement, to give some support there, Nico Gonzalez could do the job here. That's my only possible doubt, but not because of Conceição or Nico, but because of the physical condition. So I think that could be the one. Baggio doesn't hate it. Why not Gatti? Because today he had the fever, on top of not being 100%. Blood Junkie, can you be a bit more polite when you're writing? Because we have some people that are watching and that maybe do not appreciate it, or there are some kids, so... dai, ragazzi. Especially if you are not really well informed. Ragazzi. See, guys, it's strange. Every single sentence that you write, you have a really bad way of speaking, my friend. It can happen, of course, that we are, but mamma mia, strange way. Anyway, I don't have a prediction. Don't make me do a prediction, please. What happens if we win? We continue the tournament, guys. What happens if we win? We continue the tournament, and then we can play against, what are the teams there? Dortmund or Monterrey? Yeah. Dortmund or Monterrey. No, but of course, in the heat of the moment, of course, you can say something because you're angry, AF or FUCK. Of course, I understand because it's common language. But mamma mia, you wrote 3 things. It was this, insulting everywhere. I always say pay attention, because then it starts to be normal to speak like. It's not normal to speak like that. But you see, this I love. Here as well. I'm sweating, guys. I need to shave my head. Tomorrow morning I have a meeting. I have a live. I have the video to do. Then we do the watch along. Mamma mia, I can't wait for the watch along. Mamma mia, I can't wait for the watch along. What center back do you prefer? From our team, Bremer. I'm not a big fan of, that. I'm not a huge big fan of Gatti. I appreciate him for what he does. I think that he's a good player, but I'm not this biggest fan. If you tell me, Beppe, they bring you a lot of money for Gatti, he wants to leave, and we can replace him with somewhere else, I would do it. So I'm not the biggest huge fan of Gatti, but I appreciate him. I'm happy if he stays. Huh? It's not my favorite defender. I always said it, that not in this tournament. Not in this tournament. Then, you win tomorrow against Real Madrid. We play a 5th game against Monterrey, and you are winning 5-0. And in the last minute, you see him stepping on the field just to be there and to say, I participated with at least 5 minutes in the competition. Could be, but realistically, we will not see him. But this was already something that has been said earlier. You remember? The 2 first game was not even on the bench. 3rd game, he was on the bench without the intention to have him on. But so if you see him, it's really like just for acte de présence. Then we'll see him in the beginning of the season. Un saluto dall'Italia, un saluto dal Belgio. Ciao grande. No. Torino fan. At least his family. 0, we said it earlier, 0 information about Cabal. Because he's still in a recovery phase. Leoni is not better than Huijsen. Tomorrow is also Yildiz against Huijsen. Tomorrow is Juve against Huijsen, Huijsen against Juve. Tomorrow Huijsen. But we said it, we knew it. Huh? Then is he better or not? One played 6 months in Serie A. Or he did really well. With Parma. The other one played 6 months in Serie A with Roma. Before an entire season where he developed himself also at Bournemouth. And now he's national team Spain, Real Madrid. So yes, he has one advantage on the other. The other one is a bit younger, Leoni. We will see. I can tell that Huijsen is and will be one of the best defenders of the world. Leoni, I cannot say that. But Huijsen is not a Juve player anymore. Yes, will make Huijsen score an own goal. Will it? What do you think? Answer with yes or no. If Huijsen scores, could be from a corner kick, set piece, or whatever, will he celebrate or not? If Huijsen scores, will he celebrate or not tomorrow? Oh, you all say yes? Except of James. I'll say yes. Yeah. A lot of respect for you. Let's see. I don't know. I hope he doesn't score. Guys, what about Gazzetta dello Sport? Do you think that they tweeted about Inter being eliminated? Because I know that this was a Champions League edition, etc., etc. Also Serie A, they didn't, but I don't know. They're speaking about motor, about cycle, about rugby. Mercato, tennis. Inter, now Leoni, with a big page. You know, it's in the evening, especially with that temperature, like Iberito is saying, the servers are down. Tuttosport did it again. Tuttosport did it again. With what was the title here? Wait, we need to go on from 5 to 0. Da 5-0. That was, again, a brilliant title. From 5 to 0. Why 5? Because a lot of people are saying they lost now their 4th trophy. It's the 5th trophy that they lose. Remembering also the 5-0 they conceded in Champions League final against Paris Saint-Germain. From 5 to 0. What a disaster team, huh? No? Seriously. Big disaster team. I'm happy. Like, look, guys. Even if we are in a difficult moment, I'm happy I don't support them. Imagine that. To the moon. When will we reach 40,000? Mamma mia. Oh. 40 is not the hell. It's not the end of the world, huh? 40,000. Mamma mia. Internazionale. I'm laughing at that one. Dai, it's time to go to sleep. Hani is saying if only you were allowed to promote you at the villages. Look. No. There was someone that was fantastic. You know, there was one person that was exceptional. Let me try to find it. I think it was in Philly. Let me try to find it. You know what he did? Look at that. Look at that. During the game against Vedad, he actually had a shirt which said, Juventus, the best Juventus YouTuber, more about Juve at GJustjuve, the GOAT, Giuseppe Bognani, Ciao Juventini of the world. On a t-shirt printed, he had it at the stadium. What a guy. What a guy. And then he sent me that video. What a phenomenal. That was really beautiful. That was really beautiful. Oh, I need to take that sound. Internazionale. Extract the sound and put it here on the channel. Dai, now it's time to go to sleep because tomorrow we have a huge big day. I have a meeting in the morning. I have a live in the morning, the video in the morning. So much to do. But then the game, watch long. After so long, I can't wait. I missed it. I tell you the truth, I missed it. Tudor pre-game interview. When is it starting? Now. Mamma mia. Wait. It's starting now. Okay, let's read, guys. Fast, without debrief, just reading so that tomorrow we can do it in the video. So, Tudor, we have to believe. Let's believe then. Juventus take on Real Madrid for a spot in the quarter. Yeah, we know the intro. A big matchup. I expect a difficult match against a renowned team with great qualities that in the last 10 years have shown their worth in all competitions. Real Madrid is always strong in these tournaments. We are prepared. We want to advance. We want to play our cards. I really liked Real Madrid's last match. Yeah. Luckily, he didn't say I didn't like our match. I saw quality, teamwork, and sacrifice. I saw a real team. We have a difficult match ahead of us. We have analyzed it well, but I told my players that these are the best matches to play. Everyone wants to beat Real Madrid. We want to try to. We have to face it like it is, also with great courage. The match of the tournament for us, obviously. Believe the defeat against City. Defeat is part of the game and of life. You accept it and you move on. Tomorrow is another match. We have progressed through the group. Now there is the first step of the second part of the competition ahead of us. The difficulty of the challenge is evident, but we have to believe in it and try in every way to do our best to win in advance. Then there are also the opponents, of course, but we have to believe, run a lot, sacrifice ourselves, not make any mistakes, and concede as little as possible. I believe in it. When the match starts, we will see what happens. I don't know if there will be a follow-up on that one or not. No, I think that's it. Alex Juve is putting alarm signs everywhere. What is happening? Alex Juve, did something happen that I didn't notice? No, I think it was the press conference. Yeah, no, I stay. Now it's over. Now we close and we see each other tomorrow. Dai ragazzi, tomorrow a beautiful one. If we win tomorrow. Attenzione. Ragazzi, you know it's my competition, You know it, I want to win it. So, grazie, forza, and put a maximum of like. Don't forget, how much likes do we have? Not a lot, 282. It's not really a lot. No. Anyway, grazie, forza. Juve. Ciao a tutti.